They're very confused. And again, the one true format that's out there is UFC avoided a disaster last night where they actually put Makachev in the ring against a replacement opponent, at least got their main event in, and Makachev got his paycheck, so Makachev won't be complaining. Um, they elevated the Brazilian kid who at least can favor a shot. He did the company a favor. He goes back out and wins two or three more. He may even get another shot at some point, because he's in good graces with them. I don't know what happens to Sarukian. Um, it's
Dana
going to
White
depend.
said, "Oh, that's another thing we can kind of talk about." In the post fight, he said he's not getting the next title shot, and he actually said, "We'll see what happens next year for him."
Yeah,
I don't know if he meant that, but does he mean he's not getting the title shot at least till 2026?
they have the roster to do that, which means
Yeah.
that they could find two or three other guys that will get in there with Makachev, make it a reasonable fight that they can promote. And again, yeah, Sarukian looks good, and he had a good amount of hype around him and stuff. But at the end of the day, he's another Eastern European guy. I'm sure that they'd rather get a couple of American guys in the ring, um, if it's just a mix and see how it goes. Um, but yeah, but I again that has to do with the roster. If Moicano had not done the fight, then maybe Darius would have. And they could go through the guys on the roster on the fight there, gone ahead. Then if none of them, if they all turned it down for whatever reason, then you go to the boxing commission and see whose licenses and medical paperwork are up to date, and see if you've got anyone available that you can bring in. The UFC has that level of flexibility. And if it hadn't worked out and Makachev had to sit out yesterday, he could probably set up a fight in a couple of weeks with somebody new. But also, it will be forgotten because next week they have a show.
Yeah. The thing was, I think Dana White had said he thought, he kind of hinted, because he said we took them to see our specialists at the PI, we took Sarukian here, and he seemed to think Sarukian could have fought and should have fought. And the fact that he didn't rubbed him the wrong way, And he
Yeah, when
said
we've seen
flat
that
out, he's
happen
not
before.
getting the next title shot. He said that flat out.
We've seen that happen before, and when you try to march to the beat of your own drum in the UFC, you run this risk. We've seen guys. We've seen guys. If Dana's happy with you, there's a payoff. If Dana becomes unhappy with you, then for whatever reason, yes, you can make the make